Paul, and I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Talking Timepieces, where we talk about watch collecting and horology. I'm using a different angle today because I already have the camera set up from a Zoom meeting I was involved in, so I figured let me just go ahead and turn the camera on and create an episode a day earlier than I would usually be getting around to it. But I won't be needing the display case today because I've got the watch I'm showing you right here. It's the new Boldr Meteo 360. Not only is it a very cool watch with a meteorite dial, it really looks sharp. Wait till you see it when I flip the camera around. It's also a really nice diver. It's a new direction for Boldr in the sense that it's a smaller watch. It's a 40 millimeter, so it suits today's sensibilities more. You know, the 38 to 42 sweet spot that has emerged. Not too big, not too small, and we'll even nod at Rolex at 36 millimeters just because they're trying so hard to keep that size alive. But this is a 40 millimeter diver, beautiful piece, and it retails for about $700, so you could probably get it for a little less. I paid 600 euros for this through Chrono24. I intend to give it to my nibbling Sydney. I want to thank them in advance for letting me play with their watch before I give it to them. But it is a really nice piece. They just got their electrical engineering degree. I shouldn't say just. Time flies when you're an old guy. And because of COVID, I didn't get a chance to see them anytime recently. So this is kind of like a graduation present. Let's flip the camera around and take a look at the Meteo 360. So here we are with the new Boldr. It really comes in a nice case, you know, for a reasonably inexpensive watch. And this is actually a case you repurpose into something useful, you know, like put stuff in it or something, you know. Hey, there we go. Nice little foam there. We got our documentation here. Get that out. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Various instructions. One ding on Boldr, it's only in English. I literally had customs send a watch back when America and Germany were pissing at each other. And they said it didn't have international instructions and so it couldn't be imported. But yeah, there you go. There's your papers. And that's not the most substantial, you know, whatever buffer, whatever you want to call it. But it's not bad, especially considering you're not going to be doing much with the case once you repurpose it to carry, you know, your Dremel kit or something. But there it is. And look at that meteorite dial. All right? Look at that. You can see the reflections. This has got the latest Miyota 9000. I believe it's the 9015 movement in it. It's a very nice piece. The Miyota was owned by Citizen, and it was created specifically to go up against the Valjoux movement, the 28, I forget the full nomenclature for the Valjoux, but basically, you know, your mainstream Valjoux 2800 series automatic. This was made to specifically, not this watch, but the movement in this watch, the Miyota, was made specifically to go up against the ETA movements. Now, like I said, this meteor dial is beautiful, and this is a famous meteorite that came down, I think, in Antarctica, and the meteorite that is on this one and the meteorite that Rolex uses, like there are like 2-3 meteorites in the world that provide meteorite dials. And the problem with a meteorite dial is hard to find a nice meteorite dial on a watch where the rest of the watch holds up to the promise of the meteorite dial, because you can get some cheesy watches with a meteorite dial on them. This is not one of them. That's why I like it. It's a really nice piece, and it gives you a lot of bang for your buck. Like I said, it's got the Miyota. It has a fantastic loom, and it's actually a very well done. And the whole case is bead blasted steel. It's quite a substantial feeling watch, and it's got some very nice polished highlights on the case. So this has more detail than some watches costing twice as much. So they did a really good job with this. The bezel is loomed, has a nice clean, positive action, feels nice. And it lines up pretty well. Boldr's made a really nice name for itself, and this is a really nice piece compared to some of the other watches in its category. Now, this is a 40 millimeter piece, right? Let's verify that. It says, and that's the problem with watches like this. The bezel is 39 and change. The case size, if you ignore the crown guards and everything, is 40 and change. So this is really more like a 41. Yeah, see? And if you can count that little wart on the side, 41 and a half. But still, it's way smaller than the 44 plus watches Boldr's known for. So this is a really refreshing size difference for them. Now, I must admit the case is a little high for its diameter, but some people like that kind of a pronounced wrist presence. Let me zoom out a little bit more. And wristwatch check, I'm wearing my Frederic Constant world timer, which I consider a fantastic value, an awesome world timer. It looks great. It has single crown functionality for everything. And I'll be doing a show on that upcoming. Like I said, I recently picked it up. So, and good news, I got my Speedsonic back from Japan, so now I can do a state of the collection video. So let's throw it on. So you see, it really does look nice on the wrist. It's a good piece. It stands tall, like I said, but it doesn't look like ridiculous standing tall. It's just a big wrist presence watch. But it looks very good. It runs very well. And like I said, the lume is comically awesome. So, yes. So that was the Boldr Meteo 360. Piece of the sky on your wrist. An inexpensive way to get a meteorite dial watch that you actually could feel good about wearing. And all in all, a really nice piece for the $600-700 you're going to be able to find it for. But it's because it has the meteorite dial, you're probably going to have trouble finding one cheaper than the $700 asking, because yeah, meteorite dials are a little special. So let's do a quick lume shot and then turn the camera around and close out the episode. The bezel lume is very distinctive. The numeral lume is sharp, and the hands are quite bright. And of course, there's a little second-hand lollipop on it, which is also very distinctive. So it really does have a nice lume set. That was the Boldr Meteo 360. A nice watch. Looks sharp, a little tall, but it really does present, and it actually manifests a really nice diver. The lume is great. The case has got a good solidity and aggressive shaping to it. And like I said, it's really a nice piece at the price point. And meteorite dials on a watch that you can respect in the morning aren't as easy to come by as you think. So I think this is an excellent alternative to a lot of pieces that are out there. Although I don't like the idea of alternative watches, what I like to say is this is an excellent choice at the price point. So, having said that, thank you so much for being with us today. Please subscribe. I am getting so close to 1,000 subscribers, more than halfway there now. And once I hit 1,000, I can start doing live streaming, and I promise I will do at least one a month on a Saturday, and we can talk about whatever you like. We can even talk about advanced embedded electronics technology, because that's what I do in my day job. I just got this evaluation board, just to give you a quick idea of how cool technology is getting now. This is an evaluation board for a 750 watt power converter, and that's the 750 watt power converter. Once upon a time, a board as big as this entire evaluation board could do maybe 50 watts. Shows you how far we've come. So, thanks again for taking the time to be with us. I really appreciate it. And have a great day.